What is going on? All right, so it was the first play out of the gate today. We've got this rising wedge that didn't happen. If we go to not the daily, but like the 65-minute chart, we can see that we did break out of that falling wedge, but we never like hit the top. We rejected this first halfway between the wedge, right? Between the top of the wedge and the bottom. We literally rejected it to the penny, so we were bearish. See how it says Tuesday at the bottom? That's all Tuesday. We flushed. And so here's Wednesday. Wednesday, we opened below 500. All right. We never got to the bottom of this wedge. Basically, this is a double top from here, okay, from 909. Amma Jamma jumped right on it. Let me go to like the 15-minute. Obviously, we flushed right away. Okay, here's 6:30 a.m. And we were under that 500. And she took it all the way down to that 490. Okay, it actually went to 489. So this was over 100% on a 0 day. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it was not my play, but it's a beautiful play. She also played Amazon, which was a nice push from, okay, you guys see that there. We still want that 180, but let me scroll out of that. All right, so on Amazon, see how it says Wednesday, that's today, and then Tuesday's right there, right? So we open right here, flush down, kind of like Meta. We got under this, 178, went to the next blue line. These blue lines are set beforehand. So we flushed there, we held this blue line all day, and then this was the point of control for the day, right? This 178.75, which kind of didn't matter yesterday, right? We did have this ping pong there, but today we are kind of doing this thing and making this like falling action here. And then we kind of came out of that, right? So now we're looking more bullish because we had the down move and we are then looking at what is going to be the next move. Are we going to take the next leg down? Are we going to be above? And everything was flat except for Amazon. So if you want to draw this line, you see that we busted above. We double bottomed here. Look, there and there, we double bottomed off of our preset 178.20. As soon as we got above this level that we rejected at 7 a.m., 30 minutes into the market, right here was entry for calls. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of things were flat, and we actually had another opportunity on Amazon. By then, we were looking at SPY, but we have another falling wedge. Okay, so 3 opportunities. You could have gotten in right away. This is a 15-minute candle. So you could have got in right away for 15 minutes maybe. Obviously, we had to retrace up, made this bear flag down. Look at that 3-bar down. The same thing happened that I just said on Meta, right? We have this falling wedge thing that never got above the top and then fell below, made a new low, right? Not low a day. Look at this wick. But if you just look at the candle bodies in the 15-minute, candle body new low a day. I don't like to be in short low a day. That's where I take price. That's where I get out. I need a reason to get in low a day because of what we're seeing today. We have this bear flag, bear flag, bear flag. The third bear flag we've been saying for 2 years now in my Discord. For some reason, the third bear flag didn't go. Bulls, they don't want to strike out. They don't want the third flag to go. So we have 1, this 3-bar bear flag. 2, this is 4-bar. 3, 1, 2, 3. The 4th bar was up. Okay. Played that up. Amma might have got in sooner. I think she got in here from when I was looking at the chart at the time. But anyway, so what a beautiful play that was. Let's take a look at SPY. This was provided multiple trades today. So when you go to the daily chart, let me show you guys what I was posting last night, which is this falling broadening wedge. All right, so it was doing this. Okay, that's my best drawing of a falling broadening wedge. Okay, do you see how we are getting more of a range top and bottom? And eventually it's going to break to the upside because it's falling, in my opinion. Does that always happen? No, it does not always happen. But I drew from here to here and there to there, and I said, this is not going to continue. Like either we're going to come here and then we're going to play this all the way up to here. But yeah, so I was surprised because yesterday we were in this range. We couldn't break the 521, but what was happening is we made this bullish gravestone doji, which is rare from what I've seen, but price kind of capped out here. We did get up in the morning and we had puts from 519 to about 521. So we had calls, We had call swings from day to day that went insane. It was like 300%. It was amazing because we closed here and opened here. We flushed for sure, but like I just showed you with that falling broadening wedge, we busted above. So it's the second day in a row that we gapped up. We gapped up, flushed, gapped up to here, right? Oh my gosh, my mouse, sorry guys. At 518.50, we went all the way up and had a beautiful play. Now let's zoom in on the, we'll go to the 15-minute chart to just go over a little bit what happened today. So, do you see this is yesterday? All of this. This is yesterday. See how it says in the very bottom left, 30 a.m.? We opened up on this blue line, 52123. A little attempt, lost it, little attempt, lost it. Bulls gave up. Bears won yesterday. We went lower than the previous day. That was the previous day. We went lower. I just showed you that. We made a lower low. So this is obviously an important level right here because we just showed that from opening to 9 a.m. for 2.5 hours, we could not close this level and ended up flushing below. We did break above as we gapped up today, right? We went from this, 518.50 right there to 521, almost 522. I think we did hit 522 at one point. No, 521.70. I took profits immediately at open, so that I wasn't like holding this or anything, which was nice because we lost this level right here that we gapped above. So now we went from this 52123 to the next blue line. And I'm like, we are definitely in a bear flag, but we are still within the previous day's range. And we are above Monday's close. See, that's Monday's close. We never really broke it. We broke it for, 2 candles, but that's nothing. And like I just said, I do not want to be new low today because that's when we bulls come in and bring it back up, and that's take profits. Being in new lows, end of day is a different story. I'm talking about middle of the day, late morning. Okay. So here, we see end of day yesterday, right? Power hours is to flush all of the hour. Today, that's 45 minutes of the day, right? How did I know this was going to happen? Well, first of all, let's go to my little scalp that I took. I posted this on X right here. So all that happened here was we lost this level, hit our head against it twice, went back to the blue line. And I'm like, the next time we get here, any weakness, I'm shorting. So I posted Twitter like 10 a.m. I was like, we're probably going to flush here. Now, we didn't really flush. We went from 520.40 something to 519.75. So not even $1. I wanted the blue line, but I got out right there. It was like 32, 33%. Not bad for, 10, 15 minute play. But somebody was like, oh, I see inverse head and shoulders here. This is not an inverse head and shoulders. This is just a dip and nothing happened. You can't just take any dip and say that that's an inverse head and shoulders. So you really need to have like curving there. But anyway, it doesn't matter. As long as you know the sentiment. Here we have another flag though. Let's tighten this up to look there. Okay. So this is a flag, right? That just went up. Boom, boom. Beautiful. Let me see if I have another flag. This is basically another flag. Now we made a new high. made a new low. Okay, we just did this whipsaw thing. That's all it was. So you need to be really smart about scaling in. I preach that probably more than anybody. There's no sense in just getting in full position and hoping when you can just add more. I'm talking about average in recklessly. Okay, if you're like, I'm adding here, my stop loss is here, great. On a 0 day, you're down at least 50%, 40%. But when you add in here, right? Oh, it's slowing down. I'm getting a green candle. Let me add in, not to the blue, but you start to add in the strength, right? You start to add in, and now you're up. But your entry is going to be more like here, 520, which I said was the line in the sand all day long. I said that yesterday. I'm watching 520. I believe I said it this weekend. And so you lost this theta, right? 15 minutes of theta when you have the 30 minutes to go. That's a lot. And you just booming. This went over 1,000%. Took some $8 calls that almost $300. It was a 36x play. Now, obviously didn't hold them. I got out here. I tried to get out here. I actually got out the top of at this blue line, but we kept going, and that was insane. My last runner was here, this white line. I was like, I am out. And then we retraced. I was like, oh, I'm a genius. We're going to flush down. I thought we would flush down to opening print right here. That did not happen. Maybe I should use my arrow a little bit more. Right here, I was like, oh, we're going to flush down to opening print, make another SR flip. That didn't happen, and the market went boom, boom, probably because of that higher low that we made on the daily chart, which I showed earlier as well. So beautiful play. Let's take a look at this bear flag that didn't really pan out. People were saying we're in a bear flag, we're in a bear flag. Absolutely, we are in a bear flag, but bear flags do not always break down. They do not always break down. We also have a bear flag above yesterday's low. See yesterday's lows down here? So this does not mean just slap puts on a bear flag. Now, the line I just drew, if you got in at the top of the channels, you could write that down for a 0 day, 30 to 50% for sure. But I want the biggest moves of the day. And the biggest moves of the day have been at open. Look, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, right? 30 minutes. 30 minutes, the big move was over for the day in the morning. And then in the afternoon, the last 40 minutes. So if you combine those, that's only 1 or 10 minutes that there's a lot of movement during the day. So if you're trading more than that, when this is happening, it's happened multiple days now. See, yesterday, the only movement was end of day. The day before that, opening, consolidation, close. So for right now, for whatever reason, that's what's happening. And I'm going to keep waiting until that changes. That could be every day for the whole year. But I'm not the one that gets in here at, 10 a.m. heavy, and I'm like, oh, what's happening to this? You say, there's chop. This price action is confusing. No, it's not. It's not. You're impatient. Okay, when I got in here for this section, this is what I was drawing. I was drawing this rising wedge. I drew that several times. You could draw it like this. You could draw it like that. It doesn't matter. I guess like this. But to me, it's more like you want the bottom to be flat and a rising wedge, or like that, more broad. And that's why I did, because we were making this rising wedge right here, and I already had this 520.36 on my screen. Look, 1, 2, we lost it the second time. We really lost it, made a new low. Right here, I was like, we're probably going to lose it. We're probably going to at least go to here, at least. We ended up going all the way to here. I did not hold for that. That would have been like 50%. I got out at like 30. But 1, 2, 3, 4 big candles. Yeah, that was nice. So that was my little midday lunch money play. And I was like, all right, if that's the only play of the day, great. Everybody flush for the rest of the day. I even drew. I was like, guys, if we flush, we're going to go here, here, here. We have to have some sort of retest, and then here. I was like, I would love to have this happen for puts. And none of that happened. Obviously, got this 520.36, and we were off to the races. So we did not repeat yesterday's price action. We turned the tide. We are now almost to all-time highs again. so the bears can literally go up themselves, because every single time there's weakness, bulls just come correct and rocket us up. Let's look at the 15-minute, which I set on all day long. I almost never look at the 5. Much easier to see that rising wedge I was talking about. My mouse is like so messed up. So here we go. As soon as this was rising, do you see how these candles start to get weak? Right there, strong candle, right? How do I know it's even like rising? It's because of this. This is a falling wedge. Falling wedges lead to rising wedges. So I'm here. Did I get calls off of the blue line? No, I did not. This could have been easy call entry off of the blue line. As soon as we get out of this wedge, it's like, what's going to happen? We're going to flush or go up. We hit above here, right? The top of this wedge, which is 520. We went above it, and I'm like, I think we're going to do exactly what we did here. What happened? We made a new low a day, and then I think we're going to make a new high a day. And I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about fresh highs from the low. Swing low, swing high. I'm not talking about an absolute high a day, okay? So we did lose that. We came almost all the way back down to this area we pumped from, this 519.62. We actually got 519.75. It was like 13 cents of that. I would have been totally fine with us doing like a rounding bottom here, but that's not what happened. I don't get to dictate price action. I'm just seeing this now. If I actually take this through, almost respected here end of day. So your lower time frame trend lines can work out sometimes. So this was my thinking here. I'll show you guys this last falling wedge in case I didn't. I mean, it's just clean. And I showed this on Qs. Let me bring up my exact Q chart that I was showing. Look how clean this is. Shared this multiple times. Boom. See how it just loaded? I shared it right here. I was like, we're breaking down. We didn't break down. Came back up. Always ready for the retest. There was no retest there. Then we started to come here. We never got to the bottom here. I just said spot a new low. Qs did not make low. Super bullish. And if you go like this, it's kind of easier to see the bear flag. See how it's rising? And then here, your entry could have been, the falling wedge breaking above. It could have been, hey, we're getting over this last red candle right here where we broke out of the wedge. And it could have been, all right, we're above the top of the wedge right here. I'm in. And those would have been entries that over 100% on a 0 day. So, all right, love you guys. I think that's about it. And the market is closed on Friday. So that's it. Love you guys. Bye.